Alright, what's up everyone? So we are getting a little bit closer with this Jeep getting done. So here's what we've been working on. Our buddy came over the other day and he helped us out. He kind of showed us what we were doing wrong with the stick welding, so I'm hoping to be able to redeem myself a little bit. So he really, we were just using the completely wrong rod. We were at the wrong angle. The only thing that was about right was our amps. So knowing that now, learning a couple things, watching him do stuff, maybe we'll be able to get a little bit better welds on when we do our body mounts. He even cleaned up here, did a really good job, for sure. So we got our brake lines hooked up too, so our brakes are good to go as soon as we bleed them, hopefully. Let's see why not, but you know, you never know till you know. And he also did the same thing. Was a little bit harder on this side just because the fuel lines were here, so obviously we didn't want to blow up, so there was that. But they're not going anywhere. They're going to hold. They're going to be good. So shock mounts, shocks are 100% good to go. Brakes should be 100% good to go. So we'll see what happens there. Got our plate in here, and we got our holes drilled for the most part. We just marked our spots here for the bracket on the seat, so we're going to drill our holes there, and hopefully they come out in good spots on the bottom. We kind of got an idea where they're going to come out, but we won't really know until we blow through the bottom. But because it's just a mess down there anyways, we're just going to roll with it. Alright, so we got the platform in, and we actually we painted it black just so, I mean, it's going to get wet in here, and obviously Jeep's rusty and all that, but just to keep from a huge plate of rusting right underneath our seat. And then when I look at this, I'm probably going to want to, ooh, that is sharper than I even thought it was. Definitely want to put something here, because we do wear flip-flops sometimes, and that's the last thing we're going to want to do is bang our heel on that sucker. That'd be no bueno. Alright, so everything went good. We got it all tightened up, and that's our seat. Now she's pretty sturdy. Here's the other problem with our seat that we can't solve with bolting and welding as far as the seat is this right here. I think it's just something that's worn out. It happened a long time ago, and that's just how the seat's been. We don't plan on, again, doing anything aggressive, so a little relaxation isn't a bad thing. So we should be alright with that for now. If we end up hating it, there are options of either getting another seat, or I had said that maybe welding a bar from here to there to help push the seat forward, making it not go backwards, which could be a thing. But I think at least for our Aspen trip, we'll be fine. We're just gonna let this thing roll. See what? Well, we're not gonna let it roll. You know what I mean? But we're gonna see how she does. But the good thing is the night is still really early for us. So we got our seat done. So now we are going to address the body mount situation. Alright, so here's the deal. Took a look at her, and this is what we got. This side is definitely the easier side. Oh man, it's uncomfortable. This guy here, this bolt comes loose. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. You never know with this thing. Sometimes they come out nice, sometimes they don't. But that's good over there. All that stuff's good. This one here, just the bottom one's bad. So we get that bolt to come undone. That'll be our first hockey puck that we use. See? No bueno. Yeah. Hey, come on. Making me look bad. Ah, there we go. Came out really easy. And, yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Man, I don't know. We'll see. We get that bolt out there again. Now we're on to this guy here. Starting to get a little uglier. We need to make a whole new mount here. So hopefully we can break this off. And we can grind this clean enough to get some welds on her, make our own bracket, and also a body mount, some body mounts. That's all. Oh, I didn't even show you guys. So yeah, so that's what we got there. We gotta make our custom one back there. I didn't even show you guys what we're doing, how we're doing this. I'm sure I said it in the title, which you guys are just like dying to see. Like, what's he talking about? Hockey pucks. Body mounts. Hockey pucks. That's what we're doing. So, I honestly thought they'd be a smudge softer when people said that they're doing body lifts with hockey pucks, because it's pretty firm. At this point, I don't even know what the difference is between me just doing a solid mounts on the back and just letting her eat to those hockey pucks. But apparently it's a thing. And before you're like, oh, body, dude, I got like 18 hockey pucks over here for, I don't know, cheap. Super cheap. Couldn't get no replacement body, you know, whatever, for this Jeep for this price. So, plus it's custom. That's what we're all about with this Jeep. This Jeep's all about doing it wrong. So, but making it right. And that's what we're doing. So, easiest, hopefully. It all depends when these bolts come out. So, we're going to about ready to get at that. They'll impact out, get the torch out, maybe put a little heat on her, and we'll see what happens. But, like I said, see we got it jacked up right here. I don't even know what the proper gap, what it used to be. I don't even remember at this point. Probably be able to look at our other Jeep out there. But the other point, maybe make a mount right here. There is this brace here, so it's a little supportive, but I don't know, you'd be surprised, you start bouncing around, how much, you know, force is actually happening, which is what I'm kind of worried about, to be honest. So, not a lot of options though, so I think that's what we're going to roll with, and hopefully with all these mounts being good, it's not like there's direct force going on here. And then I even thought about if I could put some type of mount, put a puck in between here on both sides and run a bolt all the way through. That'd be good. Like that would just help support. We just gotta support as much as we can, because we're gonna be on that side. It's gonna definitely be harder to do. So the more mounts we can do, the better. To hopefully just secure the whole thing. So that's where we're at with the thing. But I'm gonna get the old impact on her, and we'll see what happens. I'll get a yeah. You guys are gonna watch. You're gonna watch. Alright, so you guys can see, we didn't put heat on it yet. We're going to see what it does with the impact. Go from there. Get out of here, tire. Oh, man. This is... Ah! Oh, shucks. This darn tire won't get out of my way. It keeps rolling back at me. Ah! Well, it's coming out. Let her eat, right? I don't know what's going on here, to be honest. I don't know. You know what? I bet you we did. I bet it just breaking all this up here. But we're just gonna keep going at it. Alright, that's obviously not the correct answer. And now, you know, that's solid though. You know what we're gonna have to do? We're gonna have to get our Sawzall blade, go right in here, and now cut that off. And the problem now is that there's no way to really get inside that. Boo. Well, the easy side ended up being that easy, guys. This is where one of our brackets were. So we're going to cut that out and clean that up, and then we're going to weld a fresh plate in here. And then what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to weld a bolt onto that existing bolt. And hopefully, and then we'll cut as far as the head off of it. And hopefully we could use that to actually put on our spacers. So I have it in my head what I want to do. but let's see if we could actually make it happen. Alright. Alright, so even though wearing a mask at your favorite restaurant isn't cool, when you're grinding on something really rusty, or grinding in general, it is cool to wear a mask, because you don't want to be breathing that stuff in. So let's get at it. We are still working on old patches here, but we are doing good. So I was a little nervous about if we're actually be able to get these body mounts on, and it actually looks like we've been able to get some stuff to work. So the problem with this Jeep is that it's so rusty in so many different areas. Trying to find a solid place to actually puck the body from the frame up has been quite a challenge. So our first point was everything was good on as far as upward there, but we had a weak spot here. So naturally, where our actually roll bar connects here is a really sturdy spot. So you can see here we drilled a hole, and then we ran our puck right in there, and then we actually had to drill a hole in the frame, which I'm going to show you on the other side, so that the rest of the bolt could actually travel through. And we still haven't welded this up. We're going to either stick it, or we're waiting on our MIG welder to show up so we can test it out and yeah, get that all welded up. So then that was actually the easy part. The hard part for us, which I was really worried about, was the back of the Jeep, because there just wasn't a lot of location. You know, it didn't look, didn't look promising. But with a little creativity and a little luck, we made it happen. So what we ended up doing was we got our drill bit just right, and this would have been way easier with the tank off, but we just weren't trying to take the tank off yet. But we drilled a hole, and we had a bit that was just long enough, literally, to where it broke the, this through this steel, and we were able to get a long enough bolt to where it travels all the way through, drill a hole in our puck, goes through here, and then we got a nut on the other side and able to tighten it up. And we actually did it on both sides here. We actually messed up, got a little too close, so actually the drill was hitting this part here, not allowing us to get the right angle, so we had to move out a little bit. But the back is secure. It's looking good. So now we just have our one spot here, and our issue here is that this side is definitely worse. I mean, our floor pans are just gone on the driver's side. There is a lack of support a lot on the body on this side, right where the driver's at. Not much we could do about that as of right now. We are gonna put our puck back here still, which I'll show you that process. So we drilled our hole. You can see right back there. It's like I said, and we got it spaced off the frame right now. You can see actually where our hole's at right here. And then I keep on getting a whiff of gas. I don't know if it's just because we keep on sloshing the tank around a little bit, but I gotta make sure we don't have any gas leaks from moving everything around before we go welding. So here's our piece of metal here, and then here's our puck, right? So our puck will go on like that. You can see that, and then it'll slide into the, to give you just a good lighted example, it'll slide into the frame like that. So then our bolt's going to travel, which goes through our roll bar connection. We'll slide a bolt through there into here. We'll put a nut on this side right here, and then we'll be able to tighten, and then the access of the bolt will actually travel down into the frame. So that's how we're doing that. How well is it going to work? I'll get back to you on that. So first time doing this, so it seems like it'll work. It's definitely going to properly function as a body mount, but is it going to hold through bouncing and moving around? That will be determined after some testing. Well, the deed is done. It's finally in. I know when I talk about it a little bit, it may sound easy, but whether just experience, or I just don't know what I'm doing, or just trying to make everything work since this thing's so rusted out, definitely makes it a struggle. But we did get it. It's in there. Alright, here's a light. So you can see how that's all rusted out. This here is actually solid for the most part. There's actually that's where the roll bar on the inside is actually solid, and that's what we're mounted to, bolted down. This just has to be welded in. It's not great, definitely not great, but it'll work. And yeah, the rest of this is just, it's rough, guys. It really is rough. Honestly, I mean, I knew it was rusty, but you know, that's where she's got her name. She's Patches. That's what we're gonna keep on doing. We're gonna keep patching it together. Yeah. So now that we got that done, of course we still need to put our welds on, but like I said, now I can do some fun stuff. I could work on, we're going to work on the lights and all that. So I actually am going to get that stuff set up now, get some wires ran, and then, yeah, let's get at that, and we'll do some fun stuff in this video, and we're going to wrap it up, and then this will be the last working on Patches video. The next one will be the outcome of us done with it. I'm not going to put you guys through any more of our videos as far as working on Patches. We got plenty of other stuff to work on, so I do appreciate you guys watching. So let's get at these lights, let's get this thing looking good, and let's have some fun. Alright, so we've been busy. We got a lot of our stuff done here. So we got all our lights, which this is just what we had, and this is what we had as far as extras from actually what we did with our pit bikes and all that. I wasn't going to go out and buy anything extra. Budget Jeep. So the actual adhesive was so crappy on those strips that they wouldn't stick on the dash. So we had to use our own these little clips or whatever to get it to go on there. And then we wired everything up. And for the most part, for a beater Jeep, it don't look bad. Got our monkey up there. And yeah, she's looking good. So we got that all buttoned up. We got all our pucks on this thing mounted. We're going to do a little welding today, so hopefully we can redeem ourselves with the stick welder. Got some body work to do. Going to finish off our body work. And the reason I'm telling you guys all this, like, after this video, this is the last one. Next one will be just the completed, you know, what we've done and all that of the Jeep. It's just going to, it'll be done. So it'll be ready for our trip. We've gotten a lot done. Right now we are actually currently finishing the wiring on our tail lights. I'll give you guys a tease here, but I'm not going to show you everything. We got the rock lights in and everything like that. And what we did was we got our switch right here. So we flipped. Woo-wee. Yeah, buddy. So we got a. It looks really cool when it's dark. But in the next video, you'll get to see that. You see our lights back here, and yeah, you know, real ripper. And one of the parts that we actually stole for the other Jeep was our dimmer switch here, which allowed our gauge lights to come on. And that thing all alone was like 50 or 60 bucks or something like that, I thought. So I said, what the heck, you know, we'll put the LED lights here. And I got them pointed down like that for a reason, because if they were pointed up, then they would just be like severely blinding the driver. So actually the way they sit down like this, even though it looks a little tacky, obviously in the daylight where you can see it more, at nighttime, it looks pretty cool. So we actually, you know, we messed around a little bit and all that, and it came out good. The rock lights came out good. You guys can see them a little bit. That one's way up there. You can probably see these maybe a little bit better. So there's our other rock lights. But we got 2 on each wheel well. And yeah, they work pretty good. Alright, we got it all wired up for the most part. And the only thing we gotta do is connect our long wire up here to up front. So that'll be for our toggle switch for when we hit the lights, but our other lights should be coming in tomorrow, or we can button that all up, blah, blah, blah. You'll see it on the final cut. So, all our wiring's down there. We ran into a little bit of a snag with wiring on the inside here. So we got this you know, done up here. But the problem is that this tailgate here does not have a limit on it. It will just keep on going, which is fine. So we made sure we had just enough slack, right? That's our ground. That's our wire coming through here. We put a little, couple little support guys here. And then we even put this shield on here to try to make it a little bit more supportive so there wasn't wires flapping around, because our issue was when we go to close it, and you're going to be able to see, it folds and does not want to come back in. So as of right now, I'm drawing a blank on what I could do to solve that issue, and I know better because I'm thinking in my head like, well, I'll just be careful, right? You know, just be careful shutting the tailgate, careful, you know, let people know, you know, just watch your vehicle if someone's, you know, helping you out or whatever. But I'll probably be the one to do it, to be honest. But I guess that's what we're going to roll for now. We're just going to be like, oh, we're going to try to be careful. All right, so not that it doesn't solve the issue or anything like that. So what we'll just have to do is when the door is open, you got to make sure that it's loose. It'll stretch all the way out. And then when you want to close it, put on a loop like that, and you'll be good. So only thing you got to watch is when you reopen it, if you're going to open it all the way, make sure you open it like that, and then vice versa, swing it on like that. So it actually works out pretty good. Got good. Alright everyone, so we got our welding done. As maybe you can see, it's a little smoky in here. We didn't do a good job. We definitely didn't redeem ourselves at all. It's bad. So that side we actually got on okay. Struggled a little bit with poking a couple holes in, running too hot. And then this side was just a complete shit show. I'll show you guys, I got so frustrated, I was like, alright, need a clean piece of steel, lay it down flat, because they always say welding stick vertical is, it's difficult, you know, and you gotta watch which stick you're using, because sometimes it's no bueno. So these were here, we were on 70 amps, and I meant to be on 90, so as soon as I switched to 90, you can see, you know, we didn't do a bad weld, so I would say that's pretty, it's fine. You know, it's a fine weld for, you know, for me. But definitely no professional grade for sure. But would that hold on something that we're putting on? Absolutely. I would not be upset with that weld at all. But we didn't get any of those welds on the Jeep, so we're going to leave it how it is for now. We're going to wait till our MIG comes in, and whether we just do flex wire or we do go out and get some gas real quick for it and buy a tank, whatever we do, we're going to get hooked up, and then we'll bring this Jeep back in here and we'll weld that and try to get a better, you know, better hold on that thing. As far as now, it's tacked on there. It's not going to go anywhere. Alright guys, I appreciate you guys watching all these things of me working on this Jeep, but the rest of the stuff that's left, I'm just going to do it, get it done. Next video will be, like I said, final outcome, and then after that, it'll be having fun with the Jeep. So, I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you later.